I've been to these great schools, went to medical school, served in the military, and I felt that I've checked all the boxes
Right.
that American society expects of anyone.
Right.
And if you do that, to say, okay, you're a success.
Right.
However, I have always felt and still feel that there is an asterisk by all that because I'm an African American male. And that reality, I don't walk around in my spare time with, doctor painted on my forehead
Sure.
or, Air Force veteran. There are still people that will, no matter what I've done, will assume that I am inferior or suspicious or a threat based on the color of my skin. And that's just the reality of what it is in this country. So my option is to complain about that all the time or move forward and try to spread positivity, but still challenge people to think about why is that? This is not okay. And what's the history of our country that's brought us to this point? We're still now.
Yeah, it's really incredible to think about a person of your accomplishments, and yet because of the color of your skin, you can still stand outside your apartment. If I recall, getting ready to go to the airport or something,
Right.
and waiting for a ride, and be stopped by the police and harassed. Tell that story. I mean, I think I think a lot of us think that if black people were just polite to the police and did what white people do, just if we all had the same attitudes and didn't get confrontational, then everything would be okay.
Right.
But that's not really the way it works, is it? I mean, partly true, but
we've seen several incidents of that over the last year where that, what you've just described, is true. What happened to me, this is probably about 6 years ago, where I was standing outside of my apartment complex waiting for a ride to the airport. And the police came up to question me about why I was there.
right.
And I later learned they came there because someone called in a report to the police and it said that there was a bald man acting suspiciously. And that was the genesis of that encounter. But I knew during that encounter not to mouth off, not
Right.
to move quickly. I knew I had to make them feel safe,
Yes.
despite the fear I had, that's a statement about where we are in this country.
Yes.
That I was just standing there, someone called, the police responded. Now, it ended fine. I ended up fine as far as my physical well-being, but
Right.
psychologically that has an impact on you. And there are people like me that this happens to them all the time.
Yes.
Like, I think Castile had a couple dozen times that this happened to him. So you can't minimize the psychological effect that has on people of color.
Yes.